Hey everybody, earlier this year, I was at the ePay Resources Conference, ePayConnect 2020. They always put on a great conference. I had the chance to talk with several payments professionals, people with years, even decades in the industry, and some with only a few months or years. I spoke with people from corporations, a couple from major well-known corporations, people from credit unions, banks, both large and small, from the regulatory and rule side of the industry, and from the service providers or fintechs, or you might call it technology side. I even got a chance to interview one well-known payment celebrity. This was all before the coronavirus breakout. And well, their answers, they're still very relevant. This is a two-part series, so get ready for part 1 of 2. What was the question I asked? I asked them all one simple question. What do you think is the biggest issue in payments right now? Their answers were quite interesting and not what I would have expected in some cases. You curious to see what they had to say? Well, stay tuned.
What is your biggest pain point in payments today?
I think the biggest issue facing them is keeping up with the rapid pace of change, and then of course the increase in risk that goes along with that rapid change. So it's just a lot coming at them very quickly, and it's very technical. So there's a lot they have to learn and stay on top of.
Oh, I think that some of the biggest things going on in the payments industry is just the amount of payment channels that we've got to be considered within our security processes, cybersecurity protections, all of the data that we're retrieving and how to maintain it, store it, keep it safe, and just be able to service our members and customers so that we can maintain their deposits.
I think the biggest issue is where to put your money. There's so many things going on in the payment space today, including new payment types, new technologies, fraud prevention that needs to be put in place and updated, moving your entire back office to real time. It's hard for financial institutions to figure out where they need to make the right investments and what's best for them.
Boy, there's a lot going on in payments. Used to be you had cash and a credit card. Now we've got cash, check, credit card, debit card, real-time payments, FedNow coming down the stream. As a financial institution, it's critically important that you choose which things to do in what order. Most institutions can't do everything at once, so you have to figure out how to tie things to your overall business strategy.
The largest issues are, a lot of it is fraud, but real-time payments is an opportunity for financial institutions to grow their payments volume, and also to identify or have an understanding of how to mitigate that risk, because risk is really high right now.
I think there's an overwhelming amount of pressure and a lack of clarity on who their competitors really are. It's very easy for a bank to say, well, my competitors are JP Morgan or Bank of America or Wells Fargo. But in reality, there's a lot of different competitors out there for everything from customer experience. These are things like Apple issuing Apple credit cards and things like that, out to the open banking space where fintechs are really unclear as to whether they're competitors or partners in being able to move the needle forward for different sized banks. And I think the biggest challenge for the small banks is the fact that it's hard for them to innovate, to understand once they know who my competitors are, how do we leapfrog those competitors and be there for our customers when they need them.
Well, I can definitely tell you that since I am a corporate. Fraud. Fraud is huge because the payments are, for the most part, from our perspective, faceless. Unless you walk into a company store, we have to believe the information you're giving us is accurate.
I think the biggest issue happening in the industry right now is the tension, maybe, or the friction with the adoption for real-time payments. I think for financial institutions that are sitting on the sidelines waiting for FedNow, they're going to pay a price for that. And I think that's going to be a pretty big deal in the future for those financial institutions.
So what do you think about those answers? Pretty interesting, right? There was so much discussed at the ePayConnect conference, and these topics that we were discussing then Well, they are the ones that are even more relevant now with everything that is happening with the coronavirus and changing our everyday lives and changing how we bank. I'm curious though, what do you all think is the biggest issue facing payments right now? Feel free to let me know. You can message me or email me, kevin@paymentsprofessor.com. This video is a two-part series, so if you missed a part, you can go to our YouTube site and find all of our latest releases. And while you're there, please sign up and start following us. That way, you won't ever miss a video. And if you want even more, like in-depth fun classes on electronic payments, covering rules and industry updates, payment channels, or the latest on real-time payments, then go to the paymentsprofessor.com website, where we have courses that are self-paced, fun, engaging, and educational. We are here to serve you.